BECU is Washington's leading credit union, serving members across the state. Among those members, we're proud to count small businesses, and that makes us a perfect partner with the GSBA. You serve a wide variety of businesses, as do we, so we're happy to see that we have shared values that we can bring to life. I'm Stephen Black, and I have been fortunate to be the Vice President of Brand Strategy at BECU for the past 15 years. BECU is a really values-focused organization that serves members throughout the state and actually across the country. And we've been partners with the GSBA for at least 15 years since I've been in my role. But my experience with the GSBA goes way back to when I first moved to Seattle 28 years ago on Capitol Hill, and I was looking for, services, people, a community to connect to, and I found the GSBA guide, and lo and behold, found dentists and banks and other services that really were great to come into contact with because I wouldn't have known otherwise. And many of those are still part of my life today. So I find what the GSBA does for Seattle and the greater community indispensable. And I'm so moved by the Scholars Program. I think back to when I was an 18-year-old trying to search my way. And if I had had an organization like the GSBA to turn to, that would have been amazing. But now I'm able to be involved and just help whatever programs we can to make sure that young people have an opportunity, that businesses have an opportunity. And really, I couldn't be prouder. So, thank you, GSBA, for all that you do. From all of us at BECU, I'd like to say Happy Pride. It's going to be an amazing year, and we look forward to all the celebrations.
Over recent years, we've all gotten more accustomed to seeing rainbows plastered across windows, social media timelines, and marketing campaigns come the month of June. But what does support of the LGBTQ+ community as a business actually look like? Not just during the Pride Month, but all year round. Today, we find out together. Welcome to GSBA Travel Out with Pride. My name is Joey Chapman. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am the Membership Development Manager for GSBA, and will be your tour guide for our Washington LGBTQ+ Business Showcase, presented by BECU. GSBA recently took to traveling across Washington State as we met with LGBTQ+ and allied-owned businesses, helping to show how they walk the walk for our community 365 days out of the year. Today, we will share how our business owners have weathered the pandemic, how they support LGBTQ+ owned businesses as they reopen, and what we can all look forward to once we confidently enter Phase 4. Please note that our GSBA Travel Out with Pride on-site shoots met COVID-19 reopening guidelines. Participants were vaccinated and gave consent to participate. First on the agenda of our statewide journey, GSBA's acting president and CEO, Mark Rosine, ventured over the Cascades into Eastern Washington, where he met with proud GSBA members in sunny Walla Walla.
Well, here at Roche Cellars, we do old world Rhone style wines, and we're super proud of what we do. And we're talking now at the Estate Tasting Room in Milton Freewater, Oregon. So we're kind of gearing up for our nice spring release to show our newest release of wines, and we're super excited about this new space. We met the executive board of GSBA in May of 2016. They came to our Soto tasting room and they met Tioni Healy, and they hit it off immediately. Tioni brought the idea down to Sean Boyd, who's our owner and winemaker, and he was super thrilled to work with the GSBA and the LGBTQ+ community. Ever since then, everything moves forward. And so we were sponsoring and donating wine to the Equilux event every fall. And we've been doing that for now the last 5 years. We're really thrilled to have a huge space here that you can see the views of the entire valley and really relax to a nice glass of wine and get that big for vacation mode. There's this balance between this nice, classic, really well done, high-end experience, but with also a lot of levity and a lot of fun. And so I think that balance makes it really, really well. And it makes a lot of people feel very comfortable in our spaces, no matter who you are or what you represent or the type of person you are. Everyone's welcome at Roti Cellars. Friends and family, we look forward to serving you guys soon. Let's toast to you with a beautiful new rosé that we just released. This screams summer. We want to celebrate with you guys this summer and fall and beyond. Cheers to you all. Stay healthy. We miss you all.
In the future, we are going to travel. We're going to travel with the GSBA. We're going to travel with friends and family and explore new places and meet new people. We're going to enjoy the Cascades, the San Juan Islands, the wine country. In 22, we are going to Spain and France and Slovenia and Croatia. With our travel community, we're going to get out and explore again and get back to where we once belonged. High heel shoes and a low neck sweater. My name is Guy Glazier with Inquisitors. So many people want to explore the Pacific Northwest but don't know how or where. At Inquisitors, we build private, custom, small group tours with local guides, so you can sit back and enjoy the journey with your friends and loved ones. We've been very fortunate to host the GSBA here in Walla Walla in the past few years, and it has been an opportunity for us to engage and connect with so many folks in the Seattle area, but to simultaneously see the breadth of the GSBA's influence throughout the state. It has been fun and humbling and joyful, and we hope to do it again soon. Meeting all the other partners and members, it allowed us to know that we can hold space as a business and with our clients for growth and connection and love and laughter. And that has been one of the most important lessons we've learned as a business.
Thank you, Mark, and cheers to you all. Next, GSBA Vice President of Membership and Programs, Alona Lorai, visited members in serene Edmonds, located in Seattle North Country.
People really appreciate the difference in both handcrafted and organic. They like to know what it is they're eating, what it is you're sleeping on. They like to know what's in your house. And we are totally transparent about that. There is nothing else in our beds besides wool, cotton, and natural latex. Soaring Heart was founded in 1982 on the premise that we all need great sleep. And great sleep for us starts in the manufacturing process. So we handcraft all our mattresses and bedding right in our own little factory in Fremont and have been doing it for almost 40 years. All of our beds are organic. We use the purest ingredients we can find, whether it's natural cotton, organic wool, or the natural rubber from the rubber tree that we turn into latex for our foam mattresses.
Vendors that we carry are also aligned with our values, so that means they're also natural, organic, handmade in the United States. They use FCC certified wood, which means that we are being conscious of where we're planting and how we are going further with our future.
As a gay-owned business, the first thing that we do is really focus on diversity in our workplace with our workforce and our approach to all our customers. We want to be as welcoming and open as we can to people from all walks of life. So we have 3 stores and then an online presence. Our original store, our flagship store, is in Fremont, right on Nickerson. We have a little store in Bellevue that's been there for 5 years, and then we opened this new store in Edmonds just last fall.
I'm Tim Morris. I'm the owner of the Ipulo Bistro in Edmonds, Washington at 190 Sunset Avenue South. And we're here to serve you. Ipulo means a sumptuous feast. So when you come here, you're a guest at a sumptuous feast. We opened 11 years ago at 526 Main Street, which is just right in the heart of Edmonds. And in August, this space came available at 190 Sunset Avenue South, right by the ferry terminal. We're going to be emphasizing France. So we're gonna have special French wines. We're gonna have cuisine from different parts of Bordeaux and Burgundy and the Rhone. And so all month we'll just be celebrating France. And then we're moving to Italy and going to celebrate Italy in August. And so we're gonna have a few months of emphasis of different parts of the Mediterranean. We try to source local. We're very seasonal, so we're constantly changing our menu. We come up with some fantastic concoctions. One of my favorites is the grapefruit martini. We have an extensive wine list. We focus on Northwest, West Coast wines, so a lot from Washington, Oregon, California, but we also have a whole host of Mediterranean wines, a lot from France, Italy, and Spain. But then we also have brunch on the weekends. We have bottomless mimosas. We have a mimosa flight where you get 4 glasses. One is grapefruit, orange, pineapple, and absinthe. So it's fun to have everybody at the table and you kind of just have it filled with champagne glasses. Rick Steves, as you know, is a local Edmonds guy, very supportive of LGBTQ. And he came in the restaurant after I had been open a couple of years. I said, Rick, you should try our burrata. And he goes, I don't eat burrata anywhere outside of Italy because they just don't know how to make it. So I had the server send him a burrata, of course, and every time he's been in since, he's ordered burrata because he said it's better than Italy.
Thank you, Alona. And as someone who grew up just minutes away from the Edmonds-Kingston Ferry in Snohomish County or Seattle North Country, I'm proud to see LGBTQ+ representation happening in my childhood backyard. Speaking of Washington State ferries, I had the pleasure of hopping on the Seattle Bainbridge Ferry along with GSBA member Chris Mueller of Visit Bainbridge Island. Chris and I had the chance to meet with fellow GSBA members gearing up for what they like to call on season. We just took the most amazing, beautiful ferry ride over to Bainbridge Island and entered these amazing gates to this beautiful park. If you could just introduce yourself.
I'm Gretchen Dalma. I am the communications manager here at Bloedel Reserve. Bloedel Reserve, as you know, is located on the north end of Bainbridge Island, and we are 150 acres, more or less, of gardens, sculpted landscapes, marshes, woods, and wildlife habitats open to the public.
Is there a membership to get in, or individual tickets, reservations? How does one gain the access to the park?
Right now we are using a time ticketing system, and you can book tickets on our website. Very easy to do. You register once and then pick a date and a time slot and get your tickets ahead of time.
Bainbridge Island is very open and welcoming,
yes.
A safe location. How does Bloedel Reserve reach out or connect with the LGBTQ community and welcome them to the reserve?
So my job here at Bloedel is to make sure that the entire community, however you define community, knows that they're welcome. It's really important to us that people understand that the grounds are accessible. They're accessible to people who are differently abled. We have routes that work for folks who might have physical challenges. We also want people to know that children are welcome, that singles are welcome, that the LGBTQ community is welcome. It's a place that's open and available to all. And that's really at the core of what we're about. It feels important to us that nature is accessible to everyone. And this is one place where you can immerse yourself in nature and bring whatever you bring to the table here and know that you'll be comfortable and that it will be a place that will be glad you're here.
Share with us some of the highlights of the reserve, and if there's any, maybe some secrets that you want to share with the folks tuning in today.
Well, people often think of this as a garden, and I want people to know that it's so much more than that. Yes, we have areas of the grounds where there are landscaped flower beds and shrubs and things like you might see at a typical botanical garden. But we also have stretches that take you through the forest. So you're walking on trestle bridges through tall trees, and it's beautiful and dark and mysterious the way forests can be. We also have a big area called the Buxton Bird Marsh and Meadow that has just been renovated over the last couple of years. And there's a big meadow of blooming flowers that will bloom in succession in different colors as the summer progresses. So we just had a bunch of purple flowers, and there'll be whites and yellows and so forth. You can go from these really almost wilderness-like areas to these very manicured, beautiful gardens, and each has something wonderful to offer. For anybody who's interested in finding out more about us, please do visit the website because it's packed with information, as well as that's where you'll get your tickets. We're also open all year round, rain or shine, so it's an all-weather experience, so come prepared for the weather, whatever that is.
We are at the gateway to Bainbridge, is that correct? The gateway to Bainbridge?
Yeah, so this is one of the gateways to the Olympic Peninsula.
If you could just go ahead, introduce yourself, let us know where we are.
We are at Bainbridge Island Museum of Art. I'm Greg Robinson. I'm the chief curator of the museum. I am a very proud gay man, so it's wonderful to help host you here today.
What's being shown right now at the museum?
We have exhibitions that are ending in June. One is Breathe, and it has to do with social justice. We have over 20 artists all addressing different civil rights issues, etc. Paul Rucker has a wonderful installation of work that through a donation we've acquired, and it's called Forever. It's his idea is that there are certain civil rights martyrs who've been murdered over the years. They're possibly not famous enough to have a US postage stamp about them. And then we're sitting in this wonderful solo exhibition of Kimberly Trowbridge. This is her first full-blown art museum exhibition. She was a creative resident at Blodell.
How does the museum and Bainbridge itself help to welcome the LGBTQ community?
We have been showing artists from the community. We have other things planned, but diversity in the broadest sense is important to us. We have a large cultural diversity program, and we're able to interpret that in a lot of ways. But we hope that we're seen as completely welcoming and also interested in ideas that the public brings to us. You know, how else can we better serve them, or what else could we represent? All of the public, the founding board members and our founder Cynthia Sears really wanted us to be free. The idea that we could be the first major place that people come to on the island and be open every day and free to the public. In terms of the LGBTQ plus community, this summer we have 2 artists. One is a lesbian, Nancy Cowan from Seattle. I met Molly J through the Betty Bowen Award Committee at Seattle Art Museum that I've served on for a number of years. I've been following her work. It's a series called Project 42, and it has to do with trans people across America who've been murdered. We're going to do a show that portrays 21 of the vignettes that were made to honor and memorialize these people.
How does one get to the museum?
From the Seattle side, we're just about a little over a block up from the ferry terminal on the Bainbridge Island side.
Hi, I'm Pam Oxshire with Exotic Aquatic Scuba and Kayaking, and we have our kayaking facility down here on Eagle Harbor. We have singles, doubles, paddle boards, and Tandem Plus. Tandem Plus is a boat that you could put your child, small child, or a dog in to go kayaking with you. We do 1.5 hour rentals, 3 hour rentals, and full day rentals for kayaks, and tours. We do Eagle Harbor. We do a tour out to Blakely Rocks, which is a picnic tour. And then we also do a harbor to harbor tour. The harbor to harbor tour, we do a tour of Eagle Harbor, and then we also do the shoreline, so you can see all of Seattle's skyline. And then we go into Blakely Harbor, where the old Port Blakely Mill was. And on a high tide, you can actually go into the old mill pond. Unfortunately, right now, there's no walk-ups at all due to COVID. So all of our registration is online. So like if they're riding over on the ferry, they can go ahead and sign up, and we'll be ready for them by the time they get here. And our website is exoticaquaticsscuba.com. There's an S in aquatics and an S in scuba, and it's real easy to book online. If you have any issues, you can always call us at the store at 206-842-1980, and we'll walk you through doing your booking.
Hey there, I'm Ellie. Welcome to 11 Winery. We're open every day of the week here at Winslow in our winery location on Day Road from 12 to 8 p.m. Some of the latest on Bainbridge. Welcome.
Okay.
What a treat. Visit Bainbridge Island. Plan your escape today. You'll be glad you did. We also have the chance to explore around the Emerald City, visiting member businesses located all around the Seattle Center campus and Lower Queen Anne Uptown. We are in the shadow of the Space Needle here in Lower Queen Anne, and I'm with Gary Zaretti. Go ahead and let us know about Queen Anne Beer Hall.
It's incredible. It's a beautiful space. It's actually a beer hall that was replicated from a Czech Republic beer hall, almost exactly. And our spin on it's a little bit different. Our spin on it is we're a little more like a Northwest beer hall. So we have 25 taps, but 15 of them are local breweries, and we just want to appeal to the people here. For instance, one of the things we did was allow dogs. Now we have at least 10 to 15 dogs in here every single day.
So let's talk more about the food. I keep seeing the bacon peanut butter.
The peanut butter bacon burger? Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. We're famous for that. There are two types of people: those who like the peanut butter bacon burger and those who haven't tried it. I mean, literally, it sounds weird, but everybody loves it. So.
What do you see, moving forward? What's the future? Anything big plans coming up?
The new hockey team starts in November. We can't wait for the Seattle Storm to actually be playing here. I think they have still a season left outside of the Climate Pledge, but by next year they'll be at the Climate Pledge, which is really exciting. We have possibly a new NBA team coming next year, so we just love that part. That's the most exciting for us, to be that place to go before games, during games, after games. In Queen Anne, we really have there's a big LGBTQ community, and the beer hall was always welcoming. And so it was even, when we took over, we saw already that such a large percent of our business was LGBTQ, which was exciting to me. I thought it was really great. It's just a fun place to drink and to eat and to have fun. And it's not maybe a typical bar that maybe a lot of folks might go to in Capitol Hill, but it's just a great, fun community.
Welcome to Mopop. My name is Michael Cole Schwartz. I'm a Senior Communication Manager here.
Go ahead and tell us about some of the long-standing exhibits that are here at the museum.
Mopop is home to anything and everything pop culture. So some of our mainstays are exhibitions on horror and science fiction. Jimi Hendrix, as kind of the impetus for the museum, is always represented. We have music from Pearl Jam and Nirvana to indie games and all sorts of things like that.
And those costumes from The Wizard of Oz.
There are costumes from The Wizard of Oz, so any friend of Dorothy is welcome here.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about what the future looks like for Mopop.
it's been a weird time, right? You know, people are still trying to figure out what the new normal is, and I think this has been a great time of experimentation for Mopop. So our doors were closed for a while, and we're back reopen, and we're kind of reinventing what it means to be a public space, and how do we have low touch or distanced activities and experiences so that people can have the interactivity that we really love at Mopop, but still do so in a safe way that people are going to be comfortable with.
You have 2 exhibits about to open. Let's go ahead and talk about each of them.
So at the beginning of June, we are welcoming Heroes and Villains, the Art of the Disney Costume, which is going to have 70 different pieces from Disney live action films. So there are capes, and there are gowns, and there are glass slippers, and there are all of these exciting movie memorabilia things. And then people come and kind of think about, how is it that costume plays a role in storytelling, right? We're kind of fun plus at Mopop. Like, we like to have a good time. We experience all of these pop culture touchstones together, and then what can we learn from it? What is it that we take away that helps kind of spark the creativity in ourselves? So we think that there's going to be a lot of interest in Heroes and Villains in our community. There are so many great iconic characters, and Disney just kind of transports you into a different world, and that's one of the things that I think you'll see in the exhibition, and something I think where people can really relate to and respond to. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Just around Pride Weekend, you're going to have another big LGBTQ type exhibit coming. Can you tell us about that?
So we are hosting Rise Up, a history of the LGBTQ rights movement from Stonewall and beyond. So looking at kind of the struggles and the triumphs and all of the machinations that have gone into our struggle for equal rights, and then how does pop culture relate to that? How does Ellen's coming out, for example, or how does representation of trans characters help advance the conversation? It's a really interesting exhibition, and so great that it's opening right on Pride Weekend. The exhibition originally came from the museum in Washington, D.C., and bringing it here to Seattle, we have to put our own spin on it. So we are going to be honoring a lot of local heroes and icons from the community in Seattle who have really made a difference in the LGBTQ community.
Be sure to stick around for our member giveaway section. We will be offering up 4 tickets to Mopop's upcoming exhibit, Rise Up, Stonewall and the LGBTQ rights movement, starting June 26th. Finally, it wouldn't be a Pacific Northwest Pride if we didn't explore Capitol Hill. Ahi Martin McSweeney, Capitol Hill Business Alliance Programs Manager, took to the Rainbow Crosswalks to visit a few new GSBA and CHBA members.
Sweeney, they, them pronouns with the Capitol Hill Business Alliance, and I'm here at 7 Star Women's Kung Fu with the owner, Gina Maris-Kurtz.
I'm Gina, and I am the Executive Director and Assistant Head Instructor here at 7 Star Women's Kung Fu. So we're a non-profit martial arts school. We've been around in the Seattle area since 1981, and we teach martial arts and self-defense to women identified and gender fluid, non-binary folks age 13 and older. Wow. So it's pretty cool. So for 40 years, we've been doing martial arts, and we teach self-defense to all populations, so all genders, all ages, but the focus in our martial arts program is 13 and older, and women identifying their gender fluid. We've been in this building since 1999, and it's actually been a really great fit for us and our program, our community. We have this main training space, and then we have an outdoor area as well as some auxiliary buildings, and the neighborhood's been great. Like I said, we've been here since 99, so we've definitely seen a lot of changes. We're also seeing a really big rise in our self-defense program, so a lot of demand for self-defense classes, and now that folks are a little bit more comfortable doing things in person, we're going out to parks. We've been doing some Zoom classes. I've been teaching in people's backyards. So the self-defense program is a big part of our school, and that's where I see a lot of growth happening in the coming months and years.
Tell me a little bit more about how you folks kind of participate with and support the LGBTQ community.
We've always been a queer-friendly space, and we started, well, the name is 7-Star Women's Kung Fu. We are not a women's-only school, and so from its inception, we wanted to create a safe place for queer-identified folks, and have successfully done that for the past 40 years. So really, our school was started in 1981, founder Ann Moon, and she started the school with a bunch of lesbians, basically to create a space that would be safe for folks to train without kind of the toxic masculinity that had been their prior experience in their training path in Eugene and the Oregon area. So recently moved to Seattle, wanted to create a space to train together, and that's how 7-Star started.
So tell us a little bit about the levels of classes you offer. You know, if I know nothing and show up at the studio, is there something here for me? Or if I've been practicing a martial art form for a while, is there something here for me as well?
Yeah, so we do a quarterly triad class night, so it's a free class for anybody to come and just get a sense of our style, our teaching staff, our community, and we haven't been doing those during COVID times, but it looks like that'll ramp up again here in the summer and the fall. And then if you wanted to train at 7-Star, you wanted to learn martial arts, we have an introductory Kung Fu series. It's called Our Beginner Cycle. It also happens quarterly, it runs for 4 weeks, and then once you complete the beginner cycle, you're officially a white belt at our school.
So tell us where your studio is actually located.
We're located at 21st and James in the Central District neighborhood, so we're right around the corner from Garfield High School.
Hey, my name is Kevin with Flight Wine and Chocolate. Please come and visit us. We'd love to welcome you. My husband and David and I would love to see you here in Capitol Hill, 1300 East Pike Street, Suite 103. Flight Wine and Chocolate. See you soon.
One of our newest members, who I'm excited for you to meet, is Capital Thrill.
Hey, my name is Jeff Gonzalez, and my pronouns are he, him, and I'm the owner of Capital Thrill right here on Capitol Hill. We're located at 1205 East Pike.
Thank you, Ahi. Did you know Capitol Hill has the highest concentration of small businesses in Washington State? This neighborhood is one of the city's most economically and culturally important business districts, as well as Seattle's historic epicenter for the LGBTQ+ business and residential community. For June, GSBA travels out with pride. But our hope is to travel out and about Washington State all year long, and we can't wait to come out and visit you. On behalf of the GSBA staff, we hope you enjoyed traveling with us today. We challenge you to create connections with fellow GSBA members 365 days out of the year. Why? Because equality is good business. Events like Travel Out with Pride are made possible by generous sponsors. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, BECU, our Pride sponsor, Sound Transit, and our supporting Pride sponsors, Boeing, Google, Liberty Mutual, Safeco Insurance, Pacific Medical Centers, Precision Overhead Garage Door Service, and US Bank. Now, we ask you to join us for our post-show networking opportunity and our GSBA member prize giveaway. And with that, happy Pride, everyone.